is going? Okay.
Well,
Is speaking in code or something? I'm like, what the fuck does any of this mean? It's not how people communicate. Jeez. Fucking confusing.
what?
So from the very beginning of us figuring shit out, I have been in the middle of doing something awkward, and he will start the podcast at that moment. And earlier, I was talking about how I stole Randy's slippers, and they're like a whole foot too long for my feet. And I was sitting there showing him my feet like that, and I'm like, I'm gonna start live like this, bet.
and here, so here we are. We're live, and so
Hi.
hello there.
Hi. How are you?
Deepens in night. And there's Reno. Reno, right away, right off the bat, deep in the night, looking for some Arky.
Oh, yeah, I should probably open your chat. Shit.
Might be a good idea.
Maybe I'll, yeah.
Just tiny bit of a good idea.
Do you need shield mode on right now? I don't even know what that does.
Words. I don't know what that even
Words?
means.
Okay, got you. Heard.
I don't speak, but so.
No said. No.
Anyways, today is a very special episode because we are joined today by a very good friend of ours, Mr. ArkyUS, and Mr. ArkyUS.
Where are you in relation to me? Because you're right here. Here.
I'm above you.
You're directly above me, so if I'm doing this, I'm like, that's Nico. Guys, welcome to the show. That's Nico.
Well, technically, you're. The way I have
Except for, you guys are like this.
We're all.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're in the middle? Like, wait, what? So he's above and, you're doing this? Like, what?
There is.
He's right here and you're right there.
Yeah, you're right here, and he's right there. There, he's right.
There is no order to this because you guys are like, oh, we're in between. No, for me, it's me, Randa, and then down below us is Arky.
Okay, hi.
So whenever if you point up, you'll be pointing up to both of us on the stream, anyways.
For me, you are right there. That's good. I'm glad.
Thank you, Reno. Your input is very much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, buddy. I appreciate you.
But yeah, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit more, kind of say what you do and what you're about.
Sure. My name is ArkyUS. I am a variety streamer, formerly a first-person shooter-centric streamer. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I live stream on Twitch, and I am a content creator over on YouTube as well. And I'm just a silly little guy, man. I'm just a silly little guy.
Silly little guy. That's
just a silly little guy. That's
been popping off with the YouTube too. Like, goddamn.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like,
no,
very, very happy to see where that's going. Like, if you can keep this pace up, like, you'll be hitting that what do they call it? Their affiliate program or their partner program?
Yeah. I need 1,000 subscribers before, I think it was 4 months. Technically, there is no metric, but the goal is if I can do it in the next 4 months, then we can enable ads, and then at that point, ads is just money. But yeah, we're fingers crossed. I uploaded a video today. It did very poorly, and I deleted it, and we're gonna upload something else maybe tomorrow. Something different maybe tomorrow.
I don't even remember.
I'm just glad we're not the only ones that do that, because there'll be times where we'll go live, and it will be nothing but me and him just popping whatever comes off our mind, and we'll look at each other, go, yeah, no, just delete that whole segment. We don't even know what's going on.
You don't even know about the Batshit Crazy episode that I took. I'm not joking. It was 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. 45 minutes. There was 45 minutes of that was salvageable.
Laughing.
Oh my god! And you don't wait. So are you talking about a VOD upload? Like you had you were putting a thing together for YouTube and you had to cut like 45 minutes off the VOD? Is that what you're saying?
No, I cut it down to 45 minutes.
You cut it, okay, but it was 2 hours long.
Yes.
Jesus, what did you guys talk about? What?
We were
My mom
laughing
watches
that
this.
whole time.
Not just that, but my mom watches this show, and she was very aggressive with the your mom jokes. Like,
Oh my god.
like there was something that I wouldn't want being said in front of my mother type deal.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
I feel like-
yeah.
I feel like my mom's just used to it at this point. Like, she's seen a couple of my live streams, and like, she's even brought in my grandma, and like, my grandma will watch it. And granted, she only speaks Spanish, so she's like, I believe the exact thing she told me was that my grandma started waving at the phone as if like I can hear her. She's like, "Ay, cómo estás, Rogercito? ¿Cómo estás, mijo?" And I'm just like, I'm on a live stream. I can't fucking hear that, but yeah. I think everybody in the family is just used to the fact that I have like some weird DGen OnlyFans light platform on Twitch.
Yeah, I remember
See,
very early
my
on.
mom-
I'll continue,
Go ahead.
but
Okay.
I remember very early
ahead.
on when I was watching you stream, and I said a your mom joke, and you're like, "Dude, she's in the other fucking room. I can go get her." I'm like, "Do it, do it."
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
he's
I
done
got her,
it
didn't
multiple
she?
times.
She showed up, right? She showed up. She told you to go fuck yourself, right?
No, she was just like, "What, bitch? What do you got to say?" And I'm just like, I just wanted it. I just
she
wanted.
was.
I was just like, I'm just happy to see if he was actually gonna do it, and he did.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. No, yeah, my mom was, yeah, when I told my mom, I literally walked in the living room and I was like, "Mom, like, somebody on my stream is talking shit about you." She was like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "So what do I do about it?" I'm like, "Do what you do in real life. Fucking post up, fool." And she's like, "I would never do that." I'm like, "Yeah, just come here. I'll tell you what to say."
She committed to the
Fucking put
bit.
you in your place, dog. Yeah, she.
She committed hard.
Speaking of moms, I'm pretty sure my mom just joined. And my mom is very used to my mouth. So
Hi,
we're
random
good
mom.
there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've had the honor
My
of
mom-
speaking to mom. She don't care. Yep, there's mom.
Yeah, she don't. She has 0 fucks to give. And she fully knows how her daughter is. And I love it. And she was vibing with us for a whole session. And at the end of it, she looks at Nico, goes, "You're now my son." And goes back to bed.
What the okay. What the hell were you guys talking about? What is this unhinged shit that is going on this fucking podcast? Okay.
It is
Everything.
the thing is about it is we are just unapologetically us, so you get the minimal amount of filter.
Sure. That's how it should probably be, to be honest with you. So I think that's a dub all around for sure.
Like, you see how how I am in your stream. Like, just imagine that, but more.
Sure. Yeah. Oh god, but more? Wait, so are you holding back? Why are you? Oh, is it because you're mod? Is it because you're a mod? You're like, I can't. Do that.
Yeah. I can't be that bad of an influence. So it's like,
That's fucking
we've
dumb.
we've
You
joked
need to
about
be
some.
even worse influence, dude.
By the way, you two, I just realized something, and we're 2 weeks past being able to do this. That we didn't do this year. Neither one of us did this. Donkey Kong December. None of us played Donkey Kong.
No, you just fucking missed it. You just fucking missed it. Did I not play it, Nico?
You did it at least 3
fucking
times.
played it.
You did
I
it.
played it like 3 times.
He
And I
sprinkled
think
it out
all
throughout
3
December.
times- And I think all 3 times Nico was like, "I gotta go see if Randas can come in real quick." I did my part. I did my part, Ray.
I don't know why you didn't
missed
do it when
Donkey
she came
Kong
in the other day.
December.
You should have just done it anyways.
Play it now. Play it right now.
Do
Yeah.
it right now.
Yeah.
As they say, profound knows. Profound. He doesn't go profound. Profound knows. Profound knows that.
He knows.
Christ.
Well, I guess I'm just late to the party then.
No, it's okay.
It happens.
I mean, like we can just play it. We can put it on a little bit.
Yeah, I can play it now. Just watch this.
We can,
Let me pause the music that I am currently playing, and mosey my way on over
Playing
here.
music?
I play music every stream.
But it's January.
Why do I never hear it?
Because I'm not screen sharing.
December.
Just
It could be
Donkey Junk. Donkey Junk January.
Donkey Junk January. Fuck. I just can't believe we're playing this thing in full because Aranda didn't watch it for December.
Yep. had to fulfill the dream in January.
Then Ben's over, and this is basically Donkey Kong's mouth.
I hope you know that whole month you played it non-stop when I first came into your fucking chat, dude. I was literally dancing to this song like that the whole time.
While driving, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Bada bing,
mission
bada boom.
critical,
I
dude, like-
appreciate you. I appreciate you, Nico.
I
Yeah,
tried.
Going a single December without it, like, frankly, like, I think it curses the new year. Like, you gotta have it, otherwise it's just bad juju from there.
Yeah.
Shh.
Oh, right, because you didn't see it. What I meant to say was, as long as you watch it, like, within a 60-day span.
It's okay. There's at least a
60-day. Okay.
grace period. There's a grace period. You're
There's
you're
a
okay.
grace period. Yeah, you gotta read the literature to know about all that stuff. But yeah, we've done the reading. We've walked to those mountaintops, and we come back with the good news that you have 60 days to watch Donkey Kong December to bless your new year.
Good thing we got to it on day 14.
Legally.
Yeah, legally.
Legally, they cannot apprehend you.
Yeah, within the eyes of the law, you're safe. You really cut through on that one.
Damn it! I got out of no handcuffs. Damn it! Getting arrested, no handcuffs.
Yeah. Oh, because legal. I get it. It was the 15th then. Yeah, no, it's not the 15th. It's the 14th. Yeah, it's the 14th. Yeah, no, Ren's fine. Ren's fine.
She's fine. She clean. Ish.
She clean. Do a pat down searching for Donkey Kong December. It's like, oh no. You're good.
You can't bring Donkey Kong December into jail with you, unfortunately.
Okay. It's okay. I got Donkey Kong Junk January.
Yeah,
Okay.
was it Donkey Junk January? I don't want to think about how one would celebrate Donkey Junk January. I think that's like the sort of thing that you only celebrate like very privately without letting any of your friends and family know. Like, that's a quiet one.
It's just a warm up for Valentine's Day, okay? Leave me alone.
God. No, dude. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it, dude. Oh, I hate it. That's bad. That's fucking terrible, Nico.
I need help.
Oh. Nah, you're good. Are you making a video for Donkey Junk? No, I legally can't do that. Or you, or me, or Nico, or Rand, or really anyone in this country.
Unfortunately, it has to go on the Orange and Black website, so.
I don't even think they'll take it.
Oh, that is.
Okay.
I don't think they'll take that, dog. February Donkey Funk.
February Donkey Funk. I'm for this.
Just saying
I'm
words
for
now.
this.
Goddamn.
Get your funky out.
Of all the people, you'd think you'd know that that's all Reno does. He just says things.
That's true. No,
These
he
are
matches
words in the English language.
March. See, look at this. March Donkey Monk. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything, dude. These aren't words.
The
These are
Donkey
no
Monk.
longer words, brother. Donkey monk.
The Donkey.
Donkey monk.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm jumping like a motherfucker. But, one thing I gotta say that I love about your YouTube videos, because I've watched a few of them, Arky, is the fact that you keep your personality in them. Like 100%, it is raw Arky energy from whenever I first got on Twitch. Versus how much you've toned yourself down a little bit.
So with the YouTube videos, I try to, I have to be honest, like, I'm usually backing off a little bit on, like, the humor and whatnot. I'm usually just trying to cover, like, real specifically, like, whatever it is I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll sneak a joke or two in there if I can't help myself, because, like, you know, the autism attacks me and I just can't, the joke is gonna go in. But for the most part, I do try to put a little fingerprint on it, so that way it is, like, just a little bit kind of like the streams and whatnot. But thank you, that's really sweet. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I have also been tired, so
Yeah,
on live streams, it
what
makes
was
seem
it?
like it's for a reason for sure. You watched what?
I watched your Spider-Man one, and I have to agree 100% with your review, because this was not the year for them to release that Spider-Man game whenever you have Baldwin's Gate, who over here is fucking psyched as shit that was on the list.
Yep, we got our D&D game to win Game of the Year.
Yeah, it's it's interesting, right? Because, like, with I had a comment actually just recently that was talking about Spider-Man 1. When that game came out, granted, when Spider-Man 1 came out, everybody was really excited about it. Everybody recognized that it was probably the best, like, movement game ever made. Like, just the experience of moving your character was so fun that it was like a game in of itself. And I found out, somebody commented, they were like, you know, it's just not meant to be. They actually didn't win Game of the Year that game came out either. And I was like, what are you talking about? What came out in, and I looked it up, 2018. That was the year Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. That was the year that God of War came out. And that was the year that Monster Hunter World came out. And I was like, dude, that's so cursed, man. Like, they probably do deserve a Game of the Year somewhere for this gameplay format thing they have, but yeah, they just keep releasing in awful years. Like, I mean, like you said, Baldur's Gate came out. It's just like, Baldur's Gate might be the greatest RPG ever made. Like, it's like, how do you compete with that if you're just like a really, really good Marvel game? Like, I just don't think you can.
And I mean, the outlook for the future for trying to do that too doesn't look good, because next year, chances are we might... Actually, no, there's no chance that we're getting an Elder Scrolls 6 yet, but also GTA 6 and all that. We got all these
we'll be getting GTA 6, yeah.
long-awaited sequels to come out, and it's like, we just had 2 games for Spider-Man within the last 5 years, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And see, I looked up Baldwin's Gate, and it was like, I was watching the gameplay, and it was reminding me so much of when Skyrim came out. How much people were rating on Skyrim. I'm like, bro, this is the new Skyrim. Like, the new Oblivion obsession for us RPG nerds that love to do our role plays. This is our next fix.
Except this is an actual role-playing game.
Yeah.
That's me taking a shot at Skyrim.
Freaking, and with the Spider-Man, dude, like, you gotta pick, if you're gonna release a game like that, you gotta pick a year where you know it's just gonna be shitty releases.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, if their sole motivation was to win Game of the Year, then 100% they probably should definitely. Granted, that game's, I know for a fact Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 probably sold stupendously well for Insomniac and Sony and Marvel and all those people. I'm sure that did wonderful for them. But yeah, if your sole ambition is definitely like, damn, we really got to pull a game of the year at some point. Yeah, they should. I wish there was a way to preemptively know, right? Because like, I don't think anyone predicted Baldur's Gate to be as successful as it was. Like, Baldur's Gate seemingly came out of nowhere, despite it being in early access for so long. Like, people were able to play kind of like a beta version of it for so long. But I don't think anyone expected it to sort of have the response that it did. So I agree. I think if they want to win a GOTY, they're probably going to have to find a year that sucks in order to like really take advantage of. But yeah, I don't think anyone would have predicted that Baldur's Gate was going to happen. That was just kind of like, I don't know, Nico, what would you call it? A happy, not a happy accident. The force of God.
It's like the underdog of video games this year.
Right.
Definitely. No, nobody really expected. I think everybody was hopeful that Baldur's Gate, especially like die-hard RPG fans, because like Baldur's Gate's a D&D fan game through and through. And yeah, I have to think it was probably wishful thinking that it was going to win anything, but for it to go home and win GOTY and to be such a phenomenon on like TikTok and like on all the socials, I don't think anyone could have predicted that was going to happen. I mean, maybe Call of Duty, right? Like maybe a Call of Duty, but that's it.
Yeah, it's. You're right about it being just kind of like being the stroke of God for it to have came away with Game of the Year, because it is such a tight year.
Sure.
But
I don't know about another Call of Duty, because the Call of Duty series is kind of getting burnt out.
Oh fuck yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's, I have heard nothing good about Modern Warfare 3's campaign too. It's just what do they call it? Someone called it like DMZ, but with more direct objectives.
Yeah. No, it's funny, bro, because with Call of Duty, everybody was under the impression, right, that like it was just going to be probably a really bad Call of Duty, but ultimately ended up being probably one of the worst we've ever had. But interestingly enough, like, and I've always said this, people that are like huge fans of like the core multiplayer experience or like Warzone or like, you know, whatnot, are super mistreated by this company to the point where if you give those fans of Call of Duty even just a scrapling of what they're actually asking for, they'll go nuts. Like, they'll absolutely like sing the praises of Activision as a whole. And I mean, you know, you have to sort of be familiar with the community and you have to like watch the videos and whatnot. But the community's really fucking happy. Like, the multiplayer, they're just wish fulfillment central. They're like, more maps, we'll give you more of this, we'll give you this crazy gun on day one. Like, they're overfeeding them now, and everyone's like, oh my god, this might be the best multiplayer we've ever had. And I'm like, bro, you guys have been manipulated for like 8 years now, and yeah, they're finally giving you that thing you want. And it's just like, you should have had this from the beginning. So, no, this is such a harsh word, but there's like a Stockholm syndrome that goes on with Call of Duty fans. I feel bad for them.
Call of Duty just Call of Duty's the Madden of the FPS game. Giving you the same shit every year.
Love bombing. But, yeah, it's fun. It's funny. It's super manipulative, right? Like, it's super duper manipulative, but that's the exact right word I would use, is that it's like a love bomb. They're intentionally overfeeding the community with like a lot of like things that they've asked for, and then at the end of it, everyone's like, wow, this was a really good year. And it's like, great. So once they give you like an ideal Call of Duty, like a new Black Ops or the next Treyarch game where the community's like, fuck yeah, it's going to be a drip feed again. And you're all going to be like, yeah, but the campaign and the multiplayer is kind of cool. It's like, yeah, dude, you guys are just, Jesus Christ. This is fucked up. This is fucked up what they're doing, y'all.
And see, I remember, like, I was part of those kids that grew up with Call of Duty as it was, like, released. So I remember the original Call of Duty. I remember Call of Duty Zombies. That shit I wish they would bring back. I wish they would bring
Call of Duty
back
Zombies?
zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't Modern Warfare 3 have a zombie mode?
The heyday of zombie stuff, right, was developed by Zombies was made by Treyarch, because like Call of Duty has like a rotational schedule where every 3 years they shuffle developers. So like 1 year, Infinity Ward, the guys who make Modern Warfare, will make a game, and then they have to have a new game out by next year. So they have another company who's working on the side, and that's Sledgehammer, and they're the ones that did like Advanced Warfare, World War II. A lot of the games that not a lot of people have a lot of affinity for it, but then there's Treyarch. And Treyarch did Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. They're the Black Ops company. And World at War. And they introduced zombies with World at War. So the reason we haven't been seeing a whole lot of zombies in like the traditional sense is because we're waiting for Treyarch. And Treyarch is next year. They're the ones like, no, yeah, this year. This year we're expecting a Treyarch game. So we're gonna see zombies. We're gonna see a lot of this like old nostalgia bait stuff. They're gonna throw in a bunch of old maps that we've been playing for like 20 some years, and they're gonna release it. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's the greatest Call of Duty ever!" And then they're just gonna they're gonna drip feed the content because they're like, ugh. Yeah, they're happy. We don't really need to do anything else.
Oh yeah.
And like that's what it's gonna be. So you say like, "Damn, they need to bring zombies back." It's like, yeah, they know. Oh, they know, and they're gonna do it this year, and everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, that hits the spot!" And then they're gonna be like, "Cool, all right, we did the bare minimum anyway." But yeah, everyone seems to love us for it. It's just like, God, this shit is so toxic. But like,
Oh yeah.
people buy it every year, man. People buy it every fucking year.
Honestly, they started doing the drip about Call of Duty 2 was about the drip time it started, because Call of Duty had quite a bit less than Call of Duty 1, but also had more in different ways, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And so you felt like you had a new game, but it wasn't a new game. And then Call of Duty 3 ended up just being Call of Duty 2.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like they have a major affinity for like rebooting games, and like Modern Warfare as a series. We've had Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. We've already done this. Like Modern Warfare 1 was what was the year, 2007, and then Modern Warfare 2 was like 2000. Oh god, 2009, something like that. So we've done the Modern Warfare series already, and like the games end up being fundamentally the same, but they're just like, let's just call it Modern Warfare. Let's like nostalgia bait these fuckers, and they end up being completely different from like the games of past, but they're built in such a way where they can exploit the community easier. Like the big thing, I don't know how aware of any of this you are, Rand, but there's a system that they mess with called skill-based matchmaking. It's kind of like the number one thing everyone in the Call of Duty community hates, which is they will look at your performance in the match. They'll see how many bullets you're shooting, what your accuracy is like. It's fucked up, but like how many cosmetics you've bought from their stores. They'll take a look at all this information and they'll make an intellectual choice to match you with people that are just as good as you. And for people that are at lower skill levels, that's wonderful. But for the majority of people that are kind of like average players or above, it becomes like this consistent sweat fest where you are constantly stressed out. You are constantly feeling like, if I want to have fun, I need to like not play at my full capacity. I need to kind of back off and actually just whiff shots. But then the game doesn't become fun anymore because you're not trying. You're not actually like putting yourself into the game. So it's fucked up because like they keep stringing the entire community along with a lot of this manipulative shit in order to get you to buy more stuff. So I think more and more people are sort of waking up to the idea that this system, this whatever they're doing with Call of Duty, just kind of sucks. I know there's a lot of optimism about Microsoft being the new owners of Call of Duty, but I don't know. Like I think it's just something that like we're just kind of facing the end of the barrel of. Like I can't see this game. I don't want to say that because that's stupid, but I hope that Call of Duty doesn't stay like the highest selling iconography of the games industry fucking titan any longer, because it's just fucking manipulative. Like,
Right.
I'm pretty sure if you took a psych class, you'd be like, oh my god,
Well,
you're a manipulative partner. And it's like, yeah. Literally, yeah.
They were sitting at number 2 at the end of last year for the best-selling game, so it's like, why do people keep buying this?
Yeah, I don't know. And that was the worst year. Like, that was hands down one of the worst Call of Duties we've ever had.
Like, that's the general consensus, too, is that it is the worst Call of Duty. But, you know, younger generation, they don't know. They don't know
Yeah,
what a
they have
good
no
Call of
idea.
Duty is. They just know
Yeah,
it
they've
says
just
Call
been
of Duty
told-
on it. Call of Duty shoot a man. Gotta
Yeah.
buy the game, shoot a kid.
Yeah, all their favorite influencers who have the nostalgia goggles of the Call of Duty series are like, oh, I love Call of Duty. And they're like, yeah, me too. I love Call of Duty too. And it's just like, guys, I'm gonna be real. Fortnite deserves your money more than Call of Duty does these days. And it brings me no pleasure to say that, but
Unfortunately.
at least they're putting some fucking effort into their shit. Comparatively.
one thing I gotta complain about Call of Duty is every time I want to play, I have to wait for this massive fucking download every fucking time. It gets to the point that I don't even play it. Like, ask Nico. I've completely stopped playing because of the updates.
Yeah.
Oh, they're insane. They're insane. Like,
Last-
like 80, 70 gigabytes. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
And the weird part is the reason they're doing that is because they're replacing the entire fucking game when they do it. Like,
Mhm.
the amount of space it takes up doesn't change. So they're reworking everything. Which...
And it's funny too, because that's actually Microsoft's fault. It's fucking funny, but it's legitimate. Like, the way that Microsoft's update process works is, if you're gonna change some fundamental files, rather than adding, like, if you're gonna add files, then, you know, dope, right? But if your intention is to replace files, they ask you to re-upload the entire thing. So that's why, like, you'll note if you, like, are on PlayStation,
Yep.
you'll more often than not find that those updates are way smaller. They're still big. They're still bullshit, but
Right.
it's an Xbox problem, and Microsoft's just like, you fuckers will download it anyway. And it's like, oh god.
And I won't, because I hate every time I try to play it. It's 2 hours waiting
Yeah,
time.
yeah, man, it's inconveniencing, dude. It's very, very annoying.
And
You're
that's...
gonna see one map for the new Black Ops. Nuketown. It's gonna be Nuketown.
It is.
Go ahead, right?
Well, the thing of it is like, okay, so Nico can vouch for this. 9 times out of 10, and my mother, 9 times out of 10, I'm always busy doing something. I cannot sit the fuck still. And if I decide I want to play a game, I want to be able to just pick it up before my ADHD goes, oh yeah, you remember that project you were working on like 8 months ago? Yeah, you're going to want to start working on that. With the download with Call of Duty, they should know that like 90% of their players are fucking ADHD as fuck. And they're going to like get sidetracked and not even want to play it.
Right. But unfortunate thing about that's just where games are going. I mean, you think about Red Dead was the biggest game anyone had downloaded, and it's like 96 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Soon we're going to be
I think
talking
it's
about...
like 120 now, bro.
Yeah, soon we're going to be talking about games that are 200 gigabytes, and the standard is going to be... Standard used to be you only needed maybe 500 gigabytes to have all your games. Soon the standard is going to be you're going to need a 5 terabyte hard drive minimum.
No, bro, the standard was the expectation that like 10 gigabytes was going to be enough. The reality is games have just gotten so ballooned in size, and just as somebody who does, work a lot with audio, I can tell you that the vast majority of that, hilariously enough, is the audio. Uncompressed audio that doesn't have its quality squashed, kind of like with an MP3 file or whatnot, is just horrific on storage space. I think it was Titanfall 2 that had it where you had the option to download high quality audio if you wanted to, and there came a point where they started to make that mandatory where you had to have the high quality audio as part of the download. The download size went from, I believe, 30 gigs to 80. And it was just like, what was the 50? And it's like, the audio. And it's like, it was just the fucking audio. Yeah, it was just audio. It was literally just the audio taking up 50 gigabytes of that space.
God.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's miscellaneous stupid shit that should probably be trimmed down in size. But when you have a company that's so subdivided, where like you got 3 companies working on the multiplayer, you got 1 company working on your Warzone, you got 1 company working on the single player. When you're so subdivided, it's so hard to organize the damn game to the point where you could be like, we need to optimize this shit because it's getting out of hand. They're like, fuck it, who cares? Just throw it all on the plate. It's like, all right, fuck us, I guess. That's fine.
Throw it all on a plate. They'll download it anyways.
Yeah. I think there was a leaked document that said that Activision wanted to sell hard drives. Like, instead of discs, they were going to sell hard drives with the game on it, but they decided against it because they were like, they'll download it anyway. And it's like, oh my god, you're right. They will download it anyway.
Could you imagine going to this? Computer gaming is just going to get back to the point where computer gaming is like what it used to be with like the Super Nintendo and whatnot, where it's a cartridge. You have to plug in your hard drive if you want to play Modern Warfare 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally.
And you have to pick and choose which hard drives you have plugged in at the time.
Yeah. No, you like with no hyperbole, that was the intention. It was going to be like the return of cartridges, and the cartridges were just going to be hard drives. And it's like, it's kind of a cool idea. Like, I mean, I wouldn't mind having these big ass hard drive cartridges like games. Like, that sounds fucking dope. But yeah, nobody's gonna want that. They're gonna be like, that sounds inconvenient.
Like reliving childhood.
That's why I'm down for it. That sounds lit.
Game's not working. Quick, take it out, blow on it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm all game. That
Q-tip.
awesome.
Q-tip.
Yeah. Q-tip and rubbing alcohol, clean the damn cartridge. That sounds lit. I'm sorry. That sounds awesome.
Pipe cleaners too.
Yeah, no.
Just use it all.
With getting into the. Go ahead.
I'm not talking anything. I'm just saying words.
Ren, do you have we have you at like a crazy delay, right? That's probably the weather, yeah?
No, that's just normal.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, hey, we need to crowdfund a satellite. We're gonna get Ren a satellite, and that shit's gonna be fucking 0 to 60 tier fucking internet.
She's in the middle of the fucking woods. There's no fixing it, unfortunately.
Hey, better sticks than the city, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know.
What's fucked up is I live like by Chicago, but not in Chicago. Like, you can ask my mom. I live in bumfuck nowhere, but I can easily drive to Chicago if I wanted to.
Sure. I mean, look, hey, no judgy here, right? Like, I think that's badass. I lived in the sticks at one point. It was like the happiest era, man. Because people just don't fuck with you. And if they do, like, they get to
No, they
experience
don't. And I live
the
in
raw firearms.
Well, the thing of it is I live in a town of only 200 people. Like, we're not even a town, we're a village. That is what we're called.
That's even
a
litter.
Township village.
That's amazing. That's I'm sorry, that's badass.
We have a bowling alley. We have a bowling alley, a post office, a fire department, and a park. And a pub. That's it.
All the important things.
You got the pub, though. You got the pub
To
and the
go to
bowling
the
alley,
closest Walmart, is 20 minutes. Closest Walmart's 20 minutes.
Oh god, that sucks.
It's the dream, though, right?
I
Get the
love
fuck
it,
out of the
though. Like, I
cities.
hate it because I can't. I hate it because I can't be like my mom, you know, who like orders all of her food to her house. Doesn't like she shops by Walmart delivery, Kroger delivery. I'm over here like I have to drive 30 fucking minutes in snow.
Oh.
In snow.
I will say.
Whatever
I will
the
say
fuck
that-
I was needing at Walmart.
I will say this: when it comes to when it comes to comedic timings, it's really fucking funny because like I'll say something sort of pending, like I'll say something stupid, half expecting you to be like, "Dude, yes," and I'll like finish talking and I'll be like, And it's like, Randa, goddamn it! Oh my god!
In fact, we get to watch it happening in real time.
Like legit, it's so funny.
Instead of having that immediate reaction, you're sitting watching there, hang on your every word, and then you're like,
here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. There it is. No, it's funny. Like there was a point when I was living outside of a major city, and we were out in the sticks, and it was the same thing, dude. Like I think the fastest internet we could get was like fucking. It might have. I'll be generous. I'll say it was like 5 megabytes per second, and we paid $100 for it. It was like the most horseshit fucking internet in the world, and it went out constantly. But you know, I got to shoot an automatic shotgun once, and the cops came by and was like, okay.
"Oh,
like,
it's just you. Okay, make sure you give us a little warning next time."
Fuck yeah. Her internet is high, just takes a minute to catch up. Oh, it's the latency. Oh, it's probably, oh my god, what's that internet type called?
Yeah.
Line of sight? I think, is line of sight the one that has a huge delay?
Uploading.
Oh, it's the up. Okay, I see.
It's like the down. Yeah, so like download, it's like 60 megabytes per second, but the upload is only like 2.5.
Oh my god!
That's like a 15th.
What
of
are they doing to you, Ram? Jesus! Fucking goodness, okay.
They're torturing me.
That's bad. Oh my god. Yeah, that's kind of presumptuous on their part. They're like, you can watch Netflix, you can watch some Hulu, you can watch whatever you want. It's not like you're gonna be making any content anyway.
Yeah.
What's that, you making content?
Get fuck yourself.
Good luck. Good fucking luck with that one.
You should have seen her camera when she tried streaming at the same time as me. She was a single pixel. Her face was 1 pixel.
Oh god. It was just like varying between flesh tone and like something in the background. It was just like, what am I looking at? Who? What?
It's worse than a PS1 game.
Oh no. Yeah, I remember that. I remember it all too well. There were a lot of pros that came with being out in the sticks, but
It was worse than the Game Boy.
That's fucking badass. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember that shit. That was the worst part. The worst part of being out in the middle of nowhere was the fact that like it took you several days to download a game. I remember downloading Titanfall for I think like 4 days, and all my friends were playing it, and they were like, "Dude, it's so much fun. We're having a great time." You know, the most traumatizing thing I think I've ever had happen to me involving my internet was when I was playing VR chat with a couple of buddies. And one buddy who wasn't immediately in my circle, but like friends of a friend, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna jump worlds to this new world," and I was like, "Oh, I can't do that." And like maybe 3 worlds later, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna jump to a new world," and I didn't say anything. I was just kind of standing there like, "I already told you, I can't really, like, it's gonna take a while." And that friend of a friend goes, "I mean, come on, he already said, like, look at his internet connection. He's not gonna be able to do this." And I was just like, "No, dude. Why am I being shamed right now? I don't even know you, dude." Fucking broke my heart, bro. Fucking broke my heart. It's funny, I still think about it. Every time, like, I download something kind of quickly, I'm just like, "Take that, Johnny." Like, it's always in my head. I'm like, man, fuck that guy, dude. What a dick.
If you could see me now.
Yeah, if only you could see. And it's funny, because if I bring it up to him, he'd just be like, "I don't remember ever saying that. Did I say that?" And it's like, oh, that hurts even worse.
Who are you?
You've traumatized me, and you don't even remember. Fuck you.
What are you, my mother?
That's good, I'll tell him that. That's good, I'll use that.
Hey, anything I say is it's in the public domain. I'm not Disney.
Oh, no kidding, right? Christ.
You know, I was looking at animation jobs at Disney, and Disney doesn't even allow their animators to have tattoos. Showing.
What the fuck?
That
Really?
is.
Yeah!
You're in a studio. Nobody sees
Straight
you.
up.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Every artist,
It's because
animator,
you have to
everything. Go ahead.
Straight up, it's because whenever you guys go to like premieres for your shows and stuff, you still have to look presentable for the Disney record name.
Hmm.
Oh my god. Fuck that. Yeah, Disney doesn't even make shit. That's I can't think of a single artist. I can't think of a single animator. I can't think of a single creative in spheres like that who aren't like tatted up and violently gay. Like, let them be. Let them make, for fuck's sake. What do you mean? You're not presentable with all those tattoos. It's like, really? Okay,
I'm not-
sure. That way, the what?
Oh wait, never mind.
What the fuck does that mean?
You said not.
Uh-huh.
You were like, they are tattooed from head to shoulder, probably got some fucking piercings,
I didn't say
and
any of that.
they're like obviously gay. And I was like,
I didn't say that. I didn't say any of that. Those are not my words.
wait.
You definitely said something about being violently gay, but that was about animators.
I'm violently gay. Who gives a shit?
I mean, shit. Unzip his dick.
But I was like, hey, I'm not violently gay, and then I went, oh wait, I am. Never mind.
Wait, don't you have tats though?
Yeah, I got it. This
Yeah, then shut the fuck up. I shut. What? What are you even talking about?
That's why I said never mind.
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
She caught herself. She caught herself. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. Fine. It's sort of good.
You know, so I love how in our Arky's chat, it's pretty well known that I have a boyfriend. But the thing of it is I love my boyfriend because I'm the one that picks out all the booty and the thighs. When we're in public, I'm the one going, hey, look.
Like, we can walk into that if you want to. I think I've had conversations, Nico. I think you can attest to that we've had this. I lost a lot of fucking followers that day too. But do you remember that day when I was talking about this sort of like nuanced thing that guys have about, especially modern guys that aren't creepy, about not objectifying and the sort of like fear of coming off as creepy and objectifying. So like being like, look at that hot piece of ass. It's like, I mean, obviously that's creepy. But like, doing anything even remotely like that is like, I don't know, dude. Do you really want to be the one to fucking even kind of look like you're going to be the one to say that? We could talk about that, but like, I lost followers. I remember I was like, I empathize with guys and I understand why this is the way it is and it just is how it is. And people were like, fuck men. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, I remember that because I'm pretty sure that's we
Okay,
had
I'm not
a woman
fucking-
just like being exactly that. Like her entire
she was
deal
hardcore.
was
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
See-
the one that was like, what color should my Lambo be?
hardcore womanizer, but she's another woman type deal.
I guess it'd be menonizing, bro. I think it would be like menonizing. That was weird. I was like giving, I thought, a pretty normal take on it, and she was really upset about it. I mean, Arky, compliment my anatomy, and I'm flattered. You got a good dick, bro. You got a good dick. I was waiting for Rand to catch up on that one. That's great. Okay. No, go ahead. Go. What were you gonna say, Rand?
Anyways, so since we've like shifted our ADHD this way, Me personally, I am fuck men, but I'm not like fuck all men. If that makes sense, because I am still very much fuck women too, because women can be just as bad as men, okay? But like I have my certain men, like I'm not gonna lie, men in public scare me really bad. To the point I will not pump my own gas at night. I will not go to the store by myself at night. I will always make sure that I look at least like I'm on the phone when I'm in public. You know, stuff like that. But day to day, like you guys or people at my local bar that I go to or this or that, it's hey dude, what's up? I ain't got a problem with you. But women are just as shitty, dude. Like, straight up, they can be just as abusive. They can also do all the negative things. And the thing of it is you guys can't say any of this because you're the one that's a guy. I can say this. But I still think that's fucked up. Like, if I can say it, you can say it.
Yeah. No, I mean, firstly, I completely agree. My stance that I had when I was on my live was that wherein I take issues with. We were talking about the difficulties of approaching women and why it can be a tricky business, because for me personally, and I'm trying to like kind of compartmentalize, there's a long talk between me and somebody else, was effectively that I empathize with women who feel unsafe. You know, they have to go around in public and they're just consistently made to either be a sex object to sort of be exploited, or to be ogled at, or to be acquired, or, you know, whatever it is. And like women just can't exist. They can't like exist in a native state without always being an eye candy or a pursuant thing that some weird guy or weird group of men will pursue. I think the point that I lost her at was expressing that for me personally, I was sort of between a rock and a hard place of being like, I empathize so much that it can be difficult for me to want to approach women in general, because I don't want to be that other perturbance. Now, I'm not a creepy guy. I'm just not, right? Like, I honestly, I can say that I'm a pretty good talker, in fact. But that said, I genuinely do believe that I got completely sidetracked by a comment. I can say that having that pursuant, that culture of men always pursuing women, and them really being made to be ultimately uncomfortable, is part of the reason why I think we do need to have a cultural shift, a better understanding of having women approach men, of there being maybe more socially acceptable places or situations in which men can approach women, because ultimately there is this epidemic of guys just being fucking harassers. Like, they're being creepy. I don't know if it's because they're not carpet trained or some shit, or if they don't understand that, like, another human being going about their day-to-day fucking lives doesn't make them prime material for you to fucking go up to them and bother them. So, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I 100% agree. I think there's shitty women. I think there's shitty men. I think that, you know, men, though they commit the vast majority of rapes, there are women that do it too, especially when it comes to statutory. But at the end of the day, like, my perspective was like, there's a lot of things that aren't being said when it comes to men. And when we start to have that conversation, it gets hushed up with like, yeah, but we got to talk about this overall situation with women, and the fact that you're so preoccupied with men is ridiculous. And it's like, look, we can have both of these conversations at the exact fucking same time, but we just choose not to. And that means that there is an entire generation of guys that are looking for other outlets for their masculinity, for feeling validated. And they go to your Andrew Tates, they go to these sort of red pill spaces where they ultimately end up becoming these radicalized anti-women, looking for hardcore traditionalized women, which is nothing wrong with that, but like, there is a layer of it that's like, there's such a placism about it, and I do worry about like what's ultimately going to happen to this next generation of guys that are just going to become, I don't know, shitheads.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about that, and I lost so many motherfucking followers. Like, and like there was pretty audible displeasure. I'm just like, you know, I'm not fucking sorry. My lived experience is my lived experience. You know, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and tell you to agree, but it's like that's how I've seen it. You know.
Well, and the thing of it is also, and I wanted to point this out too, is you're 100% right. And like us women really don't find it offensive unless you're giving off creepy vibes. Like my dad, like he will stare at people and analyze them. But my dad has the type of bipolar that acts a lot like autism. So when he's staring at you, it's like a whole Jeffrey Dahmer, like analyzing every little movement. And I had to explain to my dad, I'm like, Dad, because he asked me, because Dad knows I'm one of the guys, but I will explain a girl's, like, thought process up here. Not the overboard ones, but the ones that are somewhere in that gray line. Yeah, I can explain those. And he's like, I don't get it. Why do they think I'm creepy, Miranda? I'm like, Dad, stop analyzing them so intently. Look away sometimes, bro. Like, look somewhere.
You gotta do the side glance, you know?
Like that whole glance, look away. Glance, look away. The watching without watching is what I call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like, so the one thing that I am also cognizant of, right, is the other thing that I'm cognizant of when it comes to situations like that is, and like it's usually an argument that gets made by guys, right? This is like a very common argument I hear in like red pill spaces, which is it's only creepy when an unattractive guy is the one doing the approach. And it's just like, look, man, pretty privilege exists. It has always existed. It exists within women's spaces. It exists to a degree, though much less severely in men's spaces. It exists. We like people that are inherently pretty. And that's just not going to go away. That isn't like, oh, women are being so fucking unreasonable right now. It's like, no, like, that this is the nature of what it is. But I will fucking attest this 1,000,000 times. There are ways to fucking offset it if you aren't like a fucking Chad hot motherfucker who will just absolutely knock someone's socks off the second that you lock eyes. You can be funny. You can be charming. You can be just fucking a ball of energy that the moment that you see the person, you're just like, oh shit, I fucking like you. And I can like, I'm already just feeling, whether it be just friendly or anything, you feel that innate attraction of just like, oh fuck, I like being around you. So to say that like for women exclusively, it's like, I'm just not attractive enough. It's just like, dude, that's a cope. I'm sorry, that's a fucking cope. It's not easy. It's easier to be pretty. That's just what it is. It's easier to be pretty. But you have a lot of tools in your fucking toolbox when it comes to approaching people. It's not just women. It's fucking other guys. It's fucking other guys. It's there's a million different tools in your tool belt that you can do to fucking do socializing. So I empathize with it, but I agree with you. I think it's about making those mistakes, being the creepy person, and then learning and being like, oh god, okay.
Don't say that.
You're trying
this.
too hard, bro. You're
Don't
being
stare,
weird, and it's like
shit.
introspective.
Yeah, and see, like, okay, so I'm gonna feed off of what you said. 100% you're right on the attractiveness. But fun fact about people like myself, I guess really, I can't really identify as bisexual, more like pan, if you think about it, because it's like, I like both, but I don't look for either one. It's just whatever I find is what I attach myself to. But to me, if you can make me laugh while I'm in one of my shittiest of shit I have going on in my head, you are now my person. Like, you are target locked in. Nobody else. I am going for you. And then I'll kind of do like the tippy toe, and kind of lightly blunt, but not too blunt, you know? Like, you can still get out of it, but like in the water, you know? And if I read the room and I'm like, I'm not the girl for this. Okay, I'm the ugly one. Got it. Deuces.
I mean, like, okay, so like, yeah, it's exactly that, right? I find more often than not, if you're able to just demonstrate enough common courtesy and enough self-awareness, and you're able to approach somebody, whether it be for any particular reason, if you're trying to make new friends, if you're trying to, you know, ask that pretty girl out, whatever it is you're trying to do, I think just having some level of self-awareness and realizing, like, okay, like, for example, I had a friend of mine in college who I remember he was really, really crushing on a girl in our class. it was so fucked up. He was really crushing on this girl in our class, and I was like, go talk to her. Like, you know, you guys are already in like a group together, so like it'd be pretty easy. You just talk about the project and just fucking, you know, fucking rizz her up, you know, just do your thing. And he did fine, like fine. I get to, you know, you get nervous. It's never easy fucking approaching anybody. But I remember the one thing he did where I was just like, brother, no, was that her seat was like in the back corner of the classroom. And there was effectively kind of, because of the way the seats were like locked into the ground, you don't have a lot of room to sort of navigate around. So he inadvertently kind of cornered her. Like, she was like unable to leave the situation comfortably and be like, oh, I gotta go to my next class. No, she had to go like, could you, and I remember what she said. She was like, can you get out of the way? And I was like, dude, don't fucking corner her. What are you doing? I meant like let her get out of her seat, start walking and be like, oh, can I talk to you real quick? And then like just fucking walk next to her. Don't fucking like listen. It's like, that's not gonna work, dude. That's not gonna fucking work, dude. Yep. God bless his soul. But there's like little nuanced things you have to learn, right? Like, don't fucking corner someone. Don't make them feel like they can't say no. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna come off like, okay, danger, danger, danger. And like, if the first sign that they get is danger, yeah, you gotta work on that. That's not good. Evacuate the situation. They're uncomfortable. This isn't gonna fucking work.
Especially don't do the corner.
More like AI games for people to socialize more with the AI than other people.
And it's backfiring.
And I'm like, is it because either A, you can't socialize? Either A, you can't socialize, or B, you're trying to learn how to socialize. That's socially okay.
And some people are falling for their AIs, unfortunately. They'd rather talk to the AIs than actually go talk to a person.
Yeah, it's both. I think that's the thing, right? Is like, I think that's what gets you in the door, is like you wanting to learn and be able to like understand the best ways to sort of like communicate with other people. So it becomes a really good trial run for people. But I think it's also the other part of it, which is I don't know what it is with people and being horrified, like terrified of being cringe. Like, there is an actual genuine, I think it's like, I'm not gonna say it's a phobia. I think that's kind of cringe, but I think there's a genuine, honest to God phobia of coming off as like too yourself or too authentic or too exposed. So a lot of people just opt to just not do it at all. They're like, okay, I will not be exposed. I will not say anything fucking cringy. I will not put my neck out there because I'm going to get fucking, you know, rejected, and that's the worst possible thing that can actually happen to me. Like, there is this genuine fear, and I understand where it comes from, because I mean, like, I fucking feel it myself, right? But the reality is what, like, there was a conversation I had with a friend of mine who I had to explain, like, he was telling me that he really hates going into social situations because it always gets quiet. And like, whenever he's talking to somebody and it goes quiet, he would say, oh, I feel like I'm fucking it up and it's awkward and I'm cringe. And I'm just like, dude, it's like their fault too. It's also their fault. But here's the best part. It's neither of your faults. You just have nothing to say in that brief moment of silence, and it's okay. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
a lot of people will freak out and like internalize that part of it. And it's like, I promise you, that's not you. That's not even them. That's both of you. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. So I think there's a lot of fear of dead air. There's a lot of fear of saying the wrong things, coming off the wrong way, coming off just not representative of who you think you are. And it stops a lot of people from doing anything. So I think when it's easier to have the blanket of being told, no, dude, trust me. This AI is just gonna want to suck your dick the whole time. It's like, yeah, when that's the selling point of it, of course you're gonna be like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, there's no risk then. And it's like, yeah, but like, you gotta have a little risk, right? Like, whoa. It went awkward in the middle of a conversation with a girl. Did you die? It's like, no, dude, like, chill, it's fine. Life is filled with tons of fucking random little awkward instances, and it's okay.
Yeah, but, like... Yeah, but, like, if you're Randa, it's nothing but awkwardness, and you just, like... I don't know, I feel like I can be Randa on the internet, because, like, either A, I have this random murder fact, or this random haunted house fact, and, like, ask Nico, 99% of the time, all I'm doing is looking at spooky shit. That's all I'm doing. I go to bed listening to Mr. Balin. Okay? Yeah. And then, like, when I'm in person, I am the most quiet, nerdy fucker there is in the room, because I'm like, I can tell you random facts about Japan. I can tell you all about this and that. Now tell me how to drive a tractor. I'm not going to retain it. I'm not. I'm sorry. And I live in a town full of hicks. So, I'm screwed.
That's so funny. She says that the worst part is there's no nerdy people over there. It's just her.
I remember. I know what that's like. I was the only guy with blue hair, bro.
Me. Well, there is. No. There is one guy. His name I'm not going to disclose, but he's a friend of ours son, and he moved to LA with his boyfriend, and I'm like the one nerdy fucking person. The one fucking nerdy person leaves and goes to LA. Fuck!
That dude we have.
By myself again.
No,
all by myself.
I mean, like, so, yeah, like, first of all, I empathize, because, like, I lived out in the sticks, too, and, like, everybody local was just like, oh, God, there was one girl who worked at 7-Eleven. Anyway, for the most part, it was basically just a bunch of people that, like, were, like, super, super, super fucking either Chicano, or they were incredibly, hickified, I guess, right? So I didn't have a lot of people local that I was able to kind of like connect with, other than like the people in the big city nearby who were all music guys, right? Like a couple of them were nerds. Like it was just kind of mainstream to be nerds. So there's that. But in my experience, when it comes to situations like that, it's not you, right? Like if you feel like it's awkward, I think you can just sort of contextualize, and I think you have enough awareness to be like, yeah, but that's because like we don't get on, right? Like. If I genuinely only really want to talk to somebody about this, like ghosts or a video game I'm playing or a fucking book I'm really into, and they don't really give a shit, that's not you, right? Like, and I think if you try to morph your personality to be someone who other people like, you're just going to end up hurting yourself, because that can be a very addicting game, and it can just, I'll just say it can just lead to a fucking identity crisis. So I think it has less to do with you constantly having awkward random moments and more to do with the fact that, yeah, your local sphere is just not very fucking relatable. You just don't relate to them. It's like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I probably wouldn't relate to them. I could be as bubbly and as, yo, how's it going, as I want. They'll still be like, who the fuck do you think you are? And it's just like, okay. This is awkward.
Bye, Satan.
Yeah, well, and see, like, the thing the thing with me, yeah, fucking Satan. She started attacking my hand. I'm like, okay. Anyways, no, the thing of it is with me is like, I did that game for so long, and this is gonna sound like I'm just blowing air up your ass at this point with how much, like, I guess, quote unquote, fangirling over you, but first night I went into your live, it reminded me so much of me that I have lost over the years trying to morph myself to be liked by every fucking buddy else. And now it's like I'm so unapologetically me that I'd much rather just sit in my house.
Mm-hmm. Definitely
Yeah,
relate to that.
that is the shitty of it, right? Is that the 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 piece? Well, okay. First of all, thank you, Ram. That's very sweet. But like the unfortunate reality of it, right, is that you're never gonna find a more peaceful place than just kind of existing on your own, which is why I say more so than even feeling the need to morph to anyone else's expectations or standards or whatever the fuck. I mean, yeah, you may not connect with a lot of people, but I say to never fucking don't isolate. Be around somebody. I know you're around like Randy and whatnot, but like go one step further than that, right? Like if you're gonna interact and you're gonna socialize and all that, like fuck them. If they have a weird glance or a weird look and they're like, "What is she talking about?" Fucking tell them anyway. Tell them about fucking ghosts. Tell them about the fucking Stanford sleep experiment. I don't give like tell them whatever the fuck you want to tell them. If they have issues with it, they go fuck themselves. They're not worth actually fucking talking to and having around. They can literally go eat dicks and not enjoy it.
Hey.
We need to make an Arky hype button. We need to get an Arky hype button. Like, if you're having a shitty day, bro, just hit that fucking button and Arky will hype you the fuck up.
I'm gonna take those words you just said and tattoo them on my leg now. Now that I can tattoo myself.
I mean, it's true. Like I've done the whole trying to morph myself into somebody who could maybe be more palatable or could be more. I think I said house trained before, and I really like that. Someone who's a little bit more house trained, a little bit more, agreeable. But at the end of the day, like, you just end up fucking miserable anyway. So it's like you might as well just dive in head first into being yourself. And if anybody has an issue with that, I mean, it's kind of funny, right? Because like you may think like, oh shit, I am. I don't fit in with these people and I'm a weirdo. And it's just like, dude, but it's really funny because in another part of the world, somebody would be fucking thinking rainbow shoot out my ass. I'm so cool. Like, that's what it is, right? If somebody fucking hates you, by law of fucking logic, right? There's probably somebody out there who would fucking die for you the second that they meet you. And that's what you need to go by. You need to act like you have your own built-in fan club and like exist that way because you probably do. If they think you're fucking weird, fuck them. You're like a fucking god to somebody else. They just don't fucking know you yet. So it's like, nah, don't try your best not to internalize bullshit like that because you just end up fucking miserable at the end of it. I should know. I was fucking miserable football fucking rap boy fan, and I was like, I hate this. Fuck it. I'm gonna be the metal kid who likes fucking video games. And ultimately I made them like me. And some of them did. Some of them were forever haters, but fuck them. I don't give a shit where they are now. They go fuck themselves.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, yes. Absolutely, yes.
Gotta protect that circle. Gotta protect you. Gotta keep yourself first and foremost.
Gotta protect you too. It's all about protecting the ones that matter. The people that get it.
The thing of it is too is I've been coast to coast. I have been at the top of the states. I have been at the bottom of the states. I have met people of so many different lifestyles. I mean, there was one dude that had a fucking monkey on his truck. And basically, like at the end of the day, you'll always have your own little circle. Okay, whether it's X, Y, and Z, you'll always have your own little circle. But at the end of the day, it is nice with kind of the community that me, Nico, and you have all created on Twitch, because we can be us at you know, our best of our best of our best are at our lowest of lowest of lows. And we don't look twice at each other. We're just like, yeah, bro, I see you. I know what you're going through. All right. Now, anyways, so this video game is fucking badass. I got superpowers, bro. I can swing from a web.
I can
sing
sleep with a
George
bear.
George.
I can sleep with a bit, yeah.
Oh, Arky, I have a stat that you need to fucking hear. So, Baldur's Gate released a bunch of stats about players in their game and what they do and whatnot. And of the players that got to the point that they could have the love scene with the what is it, the druid, of the players that got to that point, 66% of players would have him turn into the bear.
Let's fucking go! Holy shit! All right, now we're walking into a good era. I'm sorry. That's the beginning of it, dude. That's the beginning of a golden era of fucking fucking society, dog. Let's fucking go, dude. I'll fuck you if you're a bear. I'll fuck you if you're a druid. I'll fuck you if you turn into an alligator. I love it. All right, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we are in the best universe in that sense.
Yeah, this is the best timeline. Holy shit. Oh,
That's what we're saying, Mystic. Like, the fact that there are 34% of people wouldn't fuck the bear.
Let's go.
That's dedication.
Yeah, when I'm done watching my lesbian prison show, I'll immediately jump for this. No, it is, Nico. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that show's great, bro. That show's bomb, dude.
She
Orange
knows.
is the New Black.
She knows.
Yeah, I'm watching that one. That one's fucking crazy.
I love. Can I just say Donna?
Yeah. Okay.
The chick that played Donna.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you need
Oh,
a
Donna,
ring?
right. Okay, yeah. That
I think
70s
it's
show.
the eyebrows.
What a fucking thing to focus on.
Yeah, I think it's the eyebrows.
It's because she has them super plucked in the show. Like they're really, really thin. Like it's a good look for her. Oh no, her eyebrows are just like that. Her eyebrows are just like that. I think she probably just like fills them in with a liner or something.
I don't know, but her eyebrows be on point, and then the way she uses them whenever she's like in the flirting scenes with Chapman and shit, you're just like, it's getting intense here. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm only on season 3 right now.
Let me grab some water.
I was watching it as it was coming out, like with me and my mom, which is weird to think about now that I really think about the content of that show. Anyway, we were watching it because why not? And I stopped watching, I think, at the end of season 2, I think it was, like at the end of season 2. So now I'm at the beginning of season 3, and Lily kept walking by, like, as I was watching it, and she was like, "The fuck you watching?" And I'm just like, "Lesbian prison porn, you want to watch?" She's like, "Yeah." So she, like, sits down, I have her all hooked up. I think she's downstairs right now watching it, actually, trying to get caught up with me.
Also, don't worry about watching Orange is the New Black with your mom. I watched Game of Thrones with my mom.
So...
Aced. Let's go.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is way worse than Orange is the New Black. Freaking, well, I mean, that's more fitting for Game of Thrones, though, that you watched it with your mom.
Oh, no.
Don't go there. Don't not go there.
Ah! What's fucked up is she's right! It's fucked up and she's completely fucking right. Did you just go black screen, motherfucker? God.
I do that to it all the time.
Jesus Christ, bro.
I just put the shield back on the camera.
It's so fucking good.
But What's fucked up is how I got into Orange is the New Black is from my ex-girlfriend, and she put it on. We started to like do our thing, and then I got sidetracked halfway through, and I just stopped what I was doing, and I just sat like this for 2 hours watching this. Like, are you fucking serious? I'm like,
what the fuck? You guys were Netflix and chilling, and you were just like...
I'm like, what? She was like...
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
That is... That's that girl's, he just nutted in me and now he's playing League of Legends.
yeah, that is what that is, isn't it? That's fucking sick, dude.
Netflix or chill. Netflix, please. That's me.
Yep.
I mean, when it's Orange is the New Black, I don't like that show. Like, it's so weird, right? Because it doesn't. It's not a show I would call incredibly like super adrenaline pumping. It's a very talky show, and the problem is the moment that something talky happens and it catches your interest, you're hooked at least for the next like 3 hours of them resolving that thing. So like, I was showing Lily and I was like, oh, I'm kind of worried she's not gonna like it because it's like there isn't a whole lot going on, right? Like you think prison and it's like, yeah, I mean, there's violence, but it doesn't really go there so often. It's actually kind of like a relatively happy prison, all things considered. And by consequence that I was like, oh, is she gonna like this? And I remember, I think it was, oh my god, I hate that I can't remember her name. It's the 50s girl, the one who has the husband, or the husband outside of prison. And Lily was like, I want to know what happens to her next. Like at the end of the episode, she's like, but I have to work in the morning, and I'm just like, oh shit, I think she's in. Yeah, I think we got her, boys.
Got her
I
locked
think we
in.
fucking got her.
Well, and that's the other thing I like about it is it's just like you feel invested with the prisoners. You don't necessarily feel like, oh man, like I gotta watch another fucking episode of the same fucking thing. Like I went through, what was it, like, because I was the same way. I got to the end of season 2 and life just, life was life. And I finally sat down in November, it was. I sat down in November while I'm doing my homework and shit. I'm watching Orange is the New Black, and it took me 4 weeks to finish all of them.
It's a lot of a show.
Oh yeah. All I have to say is I binge watched the whole thing, and I have yet to actually see the finish because the final episode, I had to get up to get Satan, and I missed the ending, and I said, fuck it, I'm not even rewinding.
Oh,
and so now
shit.
I need to go back and see how it ends, so I can tell you, yeah, go ahead. Binge watch the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah, I'm going through it right now, and I'm really enjoying it. I remember, without spoiling at all, for I guess Nico. Nico, watch the lesbian prison show. But there's a character, and at the end of season 2, you find out what happens to them. It's a very bombastic, climactic thing, and then you start season 3, and everything kind of resets for. As far as I've seen in the first 2 episodes, everything kind of gets calm again. And when I first watched it, I was like, oh no, you can't talk me back down. I wanted more action. So I ended up putting it away. But now I'm committed. Because Nico, to give you context, it's like 13 episodes a season. They're an hour long, and there's 7 seasons. So it's like a good fucking bit. It's like it's like a Walking Dead level commitment. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and watch this. But all in all, like, fucking fantastic show. It is a talker. It is a talky show without a shadow of a doubt.
No, you see, the cool thing about us talking about this show is I can leave that entire bit in because my mom would probably say the same thing.
yeah.
She'd be like, go watch the prison lesbian show.
Yeah, watch the lesbian prison show. It's good. It's funny because like at first, like I think I took Lily aback with it because she was like, "Why do you call it that? What is it? Because it's a women's prison?" I mean, and I was like, "No, I mean because it might be per capita the most amount of lesbian porn or lesbian sex in a single location ever." And it's wonderful. You really care about everyone. And you're like, "Yeah, do it!" You know, it's fantastic. It's a great show.
That and also probably the most lesbian show to date that's mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's diverse too. Like they show all kinds of relationships. They show like bi relationships. They show trans relationships. They show like it's pretty encompassing. It doesn't feel so exploitative where it's like we got hot lesbian chicks and they're making out. It's like no, it's just like yeah, you know, I'm lesbian and I really like you. You know, we're gonna fuck finally.
It's normal everyday life for these people.
Yeah, exactly. You may need to take that part out though, Nico. with whatever the fuck I just said.
We'll see.
Okay.
Well, I will say, and I'm so sorry when I say this, Arky, but now that you've mentioned it and I started thinking about the brother, Chapman's brother, you remind me of him.
Oh,
But,
come
like,
on,
a
I'm cooler than that
smarter
guy.
version of him.
Okay, thank you, because that guy's a fucking idiot. Damn it, you're making me want to wear less flannels now, Randa.
Less flannels, more leather jackets.
Please don't stop wearing flannels, because I think Reno would, like, beat me. He'd be like, you made him stop wearing his lumberjack!
That's his iconic look. You've taken his power away. What about the L Word? I haven't seen the L Word yet. I like. There's so many shows that I'm trying to catch up with. I'm going through. Like last year, I watched Weeds, which is also from the creator of Orange Is the New Black, just because like it's been on my need to watch list for God knows long at this point. But I've heard really good things about the L Word.
We were talking about.
100%.
Wait, say again?
I don't know who that was to.
I think that was to Reno, actually. It was
Nancy.
good.
Nancy is fucking hot.
Nancy Reagan? I agree. No, I don't.
What the fuck are you on about?
On Weeds.
Oh, yeah! Oh my god, she's fucking gorgeous, though. Worst ending to a TV show I've ever seen in my life, though, just for what they did to the younger son. Where he becomes like a cop.
1000%. Yes.
Like, that shit is so
That's
ass.
like some shit that they did with Shameless, though, with Shane.
Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't Shane? Yeah, Shane does become like a cop or something. It was weird. I don't understand how both of those shows have similar sorts of vibes, and they both.
Yeah, he became a cop.
Yeah,
and it's like the kid looks almost the same. Hold up, I gotta Google this.
Yeah, Nico, to give you context, I want you to imagine like what appears to be a 14-year-old white boy. And they just give him a gun and a badge, and they're like, all right, yep, this is him all grown up. And it's just like, yeah, okay, why does he still look 12, though? Like, can you explain that part? Because I feel like I'm losing lore here. I'm like half-masked now, you know what I mean? I'm like no longer into this. This is just confusing and weird. Yeah, no, they're very similar, like, typecasted characters. They're both, like, from, like, super broken homes. They're both, like, really, really rebellious against their mothers, and then they both become cops, and it's just like, what the fuck? And, like, it's weird, dude. Like in that show in Weeds, the one I was talking about earlier, Nico, like he becomes like an alcoholic, outrageous cop for one episode, and you're just supposed to like be like, cool, yeah, okay, cool. That makes sense. Why did you keep the same actor? And he's the same guy from just last episode. He looks the same. You haven't done it. You put a mustache on him. Like, it's almost comedic. And they were like, did you enjoy the ending of the show? And it's like, I think I'd rather die than ever watch that episode ever again for the rest of my life. This was dog shit, and you should feel bad about it.
Also,
So,
going
Weeds
to some...
came out 2005 to 2012.
I'm just gonna keep
Shameless
going, I guess,
was
maybe?
2011 to 2021.
That's pretty close. I have to imagine they're friends. Like, whoever runs Shameless, I'm sure at least within the industry they know of. I can't remember his name. The guy who does Orange is the New Black. Anyway, that guy. Like, they all know each other, so I'm pretty sure there was like a level of like, I like your show. I like that character. That character's in my show now.
Yeah, there's a lot of incestuous stuff like that, because, I mean, think about all the high-level fantasies that came out after Game of Thrones.
I was about to pick on you and be like, you would know about incestuous, right? Watching fucking Game of Thrones, and you're over here like, there's a lot of fantasy shows that you watch with your mom sometimes. Sometimes, those get kind of crazy, and it's just like, stop. I'm scared, Mika, please.
No, just... There's a lot of character stealing and plot stealing that happens in that type thing. A lot of people wanted to do the Game of Thrones. It's, oh yeah, we do the fantasy thing. We got knights and dragons and sex.
Fucking sex, what? Yeah.
I mean, just look, Vikings. There you go.
My ex stood by that show, by the way. I was just like,
Of course you did.
You like the thing about my ex, right, is like she's high key, low key, just like a fucking supremacist, because like the things that she liked were like a super duper fucking Viking court or super duper fucking Irish, and it's just like, I get it, based, cool, you like what you like, but my god, woman, would it kill you to have a fucking hyperfixation with a thing that has a person of color in it? Would it kill you? Would it fucking kill you? And I think the answer might have been yes, bro. I think the answer might have been yes, dude. It's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. K-dramas. Oof. You gotta watch me a K-drama. I'm trying to open my horizons.
So the director and creator of Weeds is the same director and creator of Orange is the New Black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved Weeds. Like, Alright, you know what, Nico? I kind of dragged you for a sec. I'll drag myself on this one. The only reason that I knew about this creator was because I watched Weeds with my mom. So, because I'd seen Weeds with my mommy,
Dude, don't say mommy when you do that, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want me to say mommy?
Don't.
When I watched it with her, I was like, oh, there's this Orange is the New Black show, that's dope. So we ended up watching that for a little while, and then we both kind of gave up, and it's like, alright, I'll go back. I want to go through the Netflix big hits, right? Because I don't know, a lot of the things that become big hits on Netflix now are kind of fucking
Yes.
So it's like, I want to go through the heyday. I want to go through the actual best shows on Netflix without it being like, did you fucking watch the fucking Squid Games, but it's real? And it's like, no! Did you see that show, by the way?
See, okay, speaking of Squid Games, me and Randy got into a heated argument, okay, because I was watching Alice in Borderlands, and he's like, oh, so it's the Squid Games remake, and I'm like, no, I don't know, I've never seen Squid Games. My mom is on the phone and chimes up and goes, that is bullshit! And that's all you hear from my mom. Mind you, she's a very quiet, elegant lady, but you just hear her from the background go, "That is bullshit. Borderlands came out before Squid Games."
All of that on the table, be that as it may, I am glad that the Asian lady won, lady. I'm gonna say that. I'm glad she won. I think of everyone there for a while there, I was like, you know what? I really hope it's her because she's fucking cool. Has she gotten paid yet? That was the big controversy about it, right? Like, did she get paid? Because, like, I heard that, cause she won, like, was it $49 million or something like that? And Netflix for, like, 9 months was like, another job well done. Everyone liked the show. And she's like, you gonna pay me? Because that was, you know, a lot of people back there got, like, pneumonia and shit. Like, are you gonna pay me? And they're just like, yeah, got a job well done. Another Netflix AAA production. We really did it, guys. And it's just like she hasn't been paid 9 months. I wonder if, like, it's something she's gonna pay. I wanted her yeah, the mom and son was, I like them. The one I didn't like was the gay guy at the end. He was, like, conniving. Like, that guy was a jerk all the fucking time. That, or, oh my god, I remember I was watching, okay, one last comment about Squid Games, because you guys haven't seen it, and I'm not gonna just, like, bounce back and forth. On the Squid Game show, there was a scene where I believe it was an older gentleman and a younger girl with, like, curly hair. I believe she was deaf. They were having, like, a back and forth about how, like, well, I need this money because I'm deaf, or something, like, I need it for my family, I need it for myself. And the old man was just like, I'm fucking deaf. Fuck you. Or, like, something to that effect. And it was just like, the moment that I saw it, I was like, oh my god, if anything from this show's gonna go viral, it's that moment right there. And, like, sure as shit, me and Lily were dying. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was the doc. It was hilarious because, like, my friend Lily looks at me and is just basically like, that's the funniest thing ever. And it actually was the one part that went viral from that show.
Oh, so I just Googled the lady on Squid Games that you guys were talking about. The day after final, she revealed in an interview that she had yet to receive the 4.56 million prize. The Venmo vultures heard her loud and clear and retreated. When I said I hadn't received the money, it was for my benefit that I told the world I did not receive the money so they could just leave me alone.
What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh, Venmo vultures? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, so... Yeah, that's what it says in the article. Venmo vultures.
Oh, I wonder if that means that, like, friends and family and, like, random people found her, like, accounts and were, like, bombing them with requests.
Right.
So maybe she was like, I haven't gotten the money yet. And it was, like, all to, get friends and family and shit to fuck off away from her. That's fucking based. Grandma's like, I could use a new card. It's just like, fuck you, Grandma. I ain't got no money. That's fucking sick, dude. Yeah, Grandma can take the fucking bus. I fucking love that. That's fucking weird.
It's $2. Take the bus.
Turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
That's fucking sick. That's what's up. I mean, I don't believe her. That's crazy. I mean, at least she got paid. That's good. That's good. And it sounds like she probably got paid pretty much immediately. But what a move, right? Like, telling the media, you're like, yeah, I don't mind. Yep, so there's nothing to steal here. There's no money for me that you could steal. Meanwhile, she's buying her 8th Bugatti. Yeah. It's like, oh, you fucking daddy. Goddamn. Now I'm double glad she won. Using them Squid Game tactics fucking once again. What a badass.
It's like that guy that went to sign the check for the Powerball and he wore a mask to it.
Oh, dude, I don't blame him though. Wearing a mask to pick up a lottery check? Fuck that, dude. No. Yeah, you definitely don't gotta know my identity.
I win the lottery. I won't tell you, but there will definitely be signs. I will definitely
guys are
have
gonna
more
be the
tiny pieces of
cause.
cardboard.
I was gonna say, bro, you're like, if I win the lottery, you won't know it. There may be signs though. You like gift me 30,000 subs. Nico, did you win the lottery, bro?
Just like, no, the economy, money's not real.
You're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but if I did win the lottery, I want you to know that's not even a percentage of a percentage, bitch.
Then drops twice as many.
Yeah, you're like, anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta. Nico, what did you say? I just gotta.
I hope you guys know I just went on to Netflix to actually sit down and watch the Squid Games, and you guys are gonna be the cause of why I don't sleep tonight.
Watch the look. Okay, look. You need to be a fan of slop. Okay, if you're a fan of slop, the way that I am, where like I will watch all of the Jersey Shore, and I'll be like, more. Then you're gonna love the Squid Games, the challenge. But if you haven't seen the original Squid Games, you're just kind of doing yourself a disservice. It's pretty worth watching.
I will think about all of this.
I will consider this.
It's going into the imaginary list of things that I never watched.
A big part of it that a lot of people don't realize.
I have a real list.
You go realist, Rand. You go realist.
She is the realist.
Facts. But when it comes to Squid Games, the part that a lot of people don't actually know about it is if you see like K culture, like you see K-pop, K dramas, anything within that sphere of just like hyper happiness, and like good skin, and lots of wealth, and everybody's young and happy and shit. It's actually like high key, low key a psyop because I believe they said the minimum wage in South Korea is $3.2 an hour. Most people are in abject poverty. The only means by which people actually become really rich in South Korea is by literally giving up their entire fucking lives from childhood to try to join a K-pop group, because it isn't organic. Like, these K-pop groups usually aren't like, oh my god, this group was just, they just happened to be. It's like, no. They're made in a lab, and they're usually handpicked by music studios. And a lot of the stuff you see in the media isn't actually true. So that's why, like, the movie Parasite, which is like another South Korean movie about like extreme abject poverty, is actually a lot closer to what like South Korean culture is now, that the government doesn't want people seeing about. And then that's the other reason why Squid Games is so powerful, because people literally they're like, I don't have enough food, or like I can't afford my mom's this, or there's nothing I can do. And it's like, all right, well, would y'all kill each other for like a couple million? It's no skin off our noses. And it's just like, yeah, maybe. And it's like, it's another criticism of like the sort of economic state of South Korea. It's really fucking sad, but it's like, we've been getting a lot of good media about it, and I really appreciate that about it all.
Yeah. People like to look at stuff like that and be like, oh, that's so absurd. Nothing like that would ever happen. Going to St. Paul, people get shot over less.
Yeah, it's supposed to be metaphorical in that sense, where it's like, yeah, it's like what Lady just said, like, there's not enough jobs. There's not, and the jobs that are there, like, people aren't getting paid very well, so it's like, it's fucking hard over there. But they just put on this veneer to the world of like, oh, South Korea, dude, the place you want to be. It's like, yeah, maybe as a tourist. If you can afford to be a tourist and go to South Korea, you're gonna have a great time. But if you live there, it's like, it's a lot fucking harder.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, they sell the veneer well. A lot of people think like, oh, they're like Asian America over there, and it's just like, no, they want you to think that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you're in the system, oof, you are set. If you're like a K-pop dancer or a star, oof, you're good, baby.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I was looking at Japan and stuff, and apparently people think the quote unquote homeless people are actually construction people because they're so well kept up on themselves and they hold such respect for themselves that they don't even look like homeless people. It's like the whole Asian culture is all about holding that self respect. Like Americans and British and Canada, we're all like, all the English speaking countries, we're all like, bro, we're fucking broke. Fuck you.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah,
I just want some hamburger helper and I can't even afford that.
Yeah, I
These
think
guys,
that,
they're like, everything's great.
yeah, I think that there's definitely when it comes to westernized countries, right? Like what you said, like the UK, different sectors of Europe. When it comes to the United States, Canada, we are definitely a little bit more down to sort of get with either protesty culture or with just legitimately vocalizing against our own country that way. And yeah, unfortunately, the one aspect behind a lot of that is pride. Like the Asian cultures usually have like a high aptitude and a high correlation with pride. And yeah, I mean, there's a reason that's one of the seven deadly sins, right? Is pride, because it's very easy to sort of get into your head. You don't need help. You can manage this on your own. So, seeing what my neighbor is making or seeing what my neighbor is doing is irrelevant because, I can see how everyone else is doing. So it would be shameful. And it's just like, no. And I think future generations, especially with like the hikikomori culture, like meats and whatnot in Japan, which for those of you who don't know, hikikomori meat, it's basically like you are educated, but you don't leave your house. Like you are like kind of like landlocked in your house. I think it's going to create a new culture that is more online centric, and by consequence of that, I think once we exit this era of hikikomori, of people being afraid to go outside, of being judged, of dealing with the harsh pressures of everyday Japanese life or Chinese life or Korean life, whatever it is, right? I think once we emerge into that new era, I think it'll be a lot of people that are just like, what do you mean pride? Fucking pay me what I deserve. Like, this is fucking horseshit. So I think a lot of the pride stuff is kind of cope that has been sold by their governments, and I don't think it's going to work much longer.
Huffing that heaviest copium.
Yeah. Since there's such a divide amongst the people and their actual government, I genuinely do believe we're going to see a lot of people that are just like, no, fuck you, I can't afford fucking ramen. It's like,
sad day. The ramens I used to buy for work, they went 40 cents. Up 40 cents in the last 2 years. That's went up a whole 100.
That's actually pretty fucked up, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you factor in how much ramen costs, it's like, what?
I did the math. That's 140%. 140%.
Oh, see, like that's horseshit, dude.
Yeah, like that's why whenever employee reviews finally come around, I'm like, I'm not taking any less than this. I'm sitting comfortably, but that's because I live with 3 other guys. I don't want to live with 3 other guys anymore.
Have a bunch of forever. Roommates, yeah. No, I saw mine the other day. It was really interesting. Nico, would you say, and Rand, you as well, would you guys say that randomly receiving like $25,000 would like really dramatically improve your life standing right now?
100%.
What if everybody you know and all your friends and family also
cry.
Yeah, what if everyone you know and all of your family and friends also receive $25,000 right now? Well, do you think that would improve everyone's lives a little bit?
That's a difficult question to answer, because it's like, if it's just us, yeah, sure. But if that's going to everyone, how that messes with the economy and whatnot. But
sure, but I'm speaking in a hypothetical.
Hypothetically,
like that,
just
I'm not saying like
suddenly everyone's got $25,000 in their bank account, and there's no time for the economy to adjust to it.
And the economy is prepped for it. Yeah. Would you say that would be kind of a cool thing? What do you think?
I think it would be cool if it was only a selection of people.
Sure.
Because then, like my mom said, the cost of everything would go up to match that 25K.
No, I don't mean printing. Okay, look, let me clarify. I'm not speaking like I am a fucking hippie ass liberal, but I'm not saying if we were to go to the treasury and we were to be like, look, print enough money that we could all have $25,000 more, and that money came out of nowhere, and now everything is diluted and everybody's money is worth less. That is definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm asking is if the economy was budgeted for it, right? Like the money already exists, okay? And you and your friends and your family and everyone you know were to suddenly receive $25,000, and could you perceive that being kind of cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Nothing else would really change. Is just suddenly that's in our hands. It's not in their hands type deal. Because I'm assuming this is coming from some trillionaire.
Yeah. So I believe it's the top 0.1% of earners right now are actually sitting on, I think it's $36 trillion, and it's literally just it's just sitting there. Like it's not actually being used. It's not invested. It's not like this isn't money that's being put in the economy to sort of like circulate stuff. It's literally just kind of put aside. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, right? That's maybe like 30 people, right? Like that's probably like 30 dudes, right? I mean, you know, you divide that number by the population of the United States, like that's like, I don't know, it's like 26 grand each. It's just like, That's the hippie liberal part of me thought. But anyway, it's like the money already exists, and I just thought it was a funny thought experiment where it's just like, would that be good? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. If suddenly, and it was not like detrimental to our economy, we all just suddenly got 26 grand, I'd be fucking down with that. But it's the economy part, and the guy's just like, yeah, what if I told you the money already existed, it was already accounted for, it's already diluting the overall economy? What if I told you all of that?
What if I told you
it's
that
being
there's
owned by like 30 dudes that
yeah,
aren't
there's
using it.
our city, there's like 30 people sitting on it. It's not being used for anything. It's just sitting in their bank account, never going to be touched.
Yeah.
It's going to go to some kid that's going to do fuck all with it.
Yeah. I mean, he might become an influencer, you know. And that's really important.
That's just real contribution to society right there.
Shit, can that be one of our uncles?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Well, look, it's. I don't want to get too deep into that, but it was a fun thought experiment that I engaged with, and I was just like, Jesus Christ! And they're literally just sitting on it. Like, it'd be one thing if it's like, you're not using this money, and it's like, yeah, but it's all in real estate or it's all in, investments. And it's like, all right, well, this fucking sucks. But if we're gonna play the capitalism game, this is how the capitalism game is played. You got the top earners, and then you got the rest of us. Like, that's just how it is. As long as we want to work with a capitalistic system, this is how it works. You can't really be like, we need to reorganize it. It's like, no, I mean, it's just kind of how capitalism is. Like, it's just what it is. But I just thought that was really interesting that it's like, oh no, this is just like money that they're just like, it's not even in a bank. I don't even think it's valuable in that sense. I think it's literally sitting in a foreign bank, and
it's all in Swiss banks.
Yeah.
It's all digitized
Which,
and
again,
sitting in
it's
Swiss
just
banks.
like it's like, yeah, I'm sure their economy is fucking thriving for that. I'm really glad that we could help the Swiss out with that one.
Right.
That's wonderful. But yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh, I mean, that's a lot of money, like trillions. That's a lot. And it's like, yeah, you could divide it equally amongst all Americans, and we'd all get 26K. And I was like, oh, I don't think I can conceptualize what a trillion is like. Like, I don't think in my brain I can actually like rationalize what like $1 trillion is like. Like, that's fucking nuts. That's so fucking much money. Like, it's unfathomable.
Right. It's always funny to think about that you can't physically conceptualize that. Like, I can conceptualize 70,000 people in a small space. Just go to any sports stadium. There's 70,000 people there. Try conceptualizing 1 million.
Yeah, it's much fucking harder, dude.
Like, there's no space where you can actually actively conceptualize 1 million people just standing there.
Yeah, and now multiply that by a factor of like 1,000, and it's just like, I don't even know where to begin with that actually. And then you factor in, right? It's like, okay, cool. Now multiply that factor that we just factored by 1,000. Do that 36 times, because that's how much money is just being sat on, and it's like, oh my god, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. And you think like, oh well, people would misuse it, and people would waste it, and people would be like, oh my god, and the economy would fucking thrive. Like, I mean, I don't really know, what
Like,
where to go with an argument like that. It's like,
I mean, also
where
just
does it
think
all
about
go?
all the
Oh
people
my
that
god,
wouldn't
it's
have
like
loans.
it circulates. Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Like, if I had that money, I wouldn't have any student loans. My brothers wouldn't have any student loans. Some of them might still, because they did more than 2 years and they didn't have the luxury that I did when I went to college. Like,
But still, isn't that nutty? I mean, shit, fucking team up with like a family member or two, and I mean, like, that's a fucking, you could invest in something with that much. 75, 100 grand, like, fuck. Family business right there, fucking redistribution of wealth, fucking pog, right? Allegedly, right? We all like that. It's like, well, no, not the wealthy. Not everybody can win. It's like,
right.
I like that you guys have like a nerdcast, and I come on here and I'm immediately like, you guys want to talk about gender and money?
we just kind of got to that. I mean, you're talking about Squid Games to talk about money.
Everything though, like the only thing we talk about so many different things that it does not bother me or Nico, because this is usually what happens. Me and Nico will come on here, we'll have our pinpoints, and we only hit like a quarter of them.
Yeah.
We just,
as all good podcast shit.
we just go down that rabbit hole, because you think about one thing, well, now you got to think about this, and then we end up explaining that bit, but that branches off, and then you're like, how did we even get here? Prison lesbians.
Oh my god,
The
I
only
completely
thing we don't
forgot.
talk about.
I can't wait for Randy to catch up. God fucking damn it!
What? Literally, there's one thing we don't talk on here. It's politics.
Yeah.
Like, presidency, government, stuff like that, don't talk about it. That's our only rule.
Yeah,
that's my rule at Thanksgiving too. Fucking mission critical on that one.
right.
Also, wait, hold on, okay. Mystic says, did we hear about those billionaires that are doing doomsday net bunkers? Oh god. No,
I don't know how to think
haven't.
about that. People have been doing doomsday bunkers since the Cold War.
Yeah, but you look at it all, right, and you're just like, why are you building it? Why are you building it?
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
I mean, yeah, like if the Earth becomes uninhabitable,
This
right?
is
Like,
gonna
what
be
really
really
are you gonna
dark,
do?
and I'm so sorry about what's fixing to come out of my mouth. This is fixing to be really dark of what's fixing to come out of my mouth. But hey, at least then I don't have to take my antidepressants. The world will do it for me.
That's a fair point.
I said it was really dark.
You guys like Fortnite? Holy
No.
shit. I mean, you're not wrong. All the common people do die in Armageddon. Who's going to do their labor for them? The less
It
rich.
was just right there.
Yeah, it was. You fucking reached for it too. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I think.
I did.
I think when it comes down to it, I got the invite. Hey, sheepies, how's it going?
Hey, sheepies.
Welcome. Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, I don't know. I think if they're sitting on that degree of money, it's just funny to imagine, right? Like if we all were to receive 25 grand, you think about like the stimulus and all that, and it's like that was super fucking crazy. Like I can't believe that happened, but add on the notion of like receiving that kind of like an injection that is like destructive to the general economy, and it's just like Jesus, fuck that much money, and it's like fantasize about it. You know, your mom has $25,000. You have $25,000. Your friends all have 25. Like, holy shit, that's gonna be the beginning of like building a lot of fucking small businesses. That's gonna be the beginning of like a genuine like equalizer of wealth. And it's just like, you know, what's the excuse there? Oh, I was saving that money for
right.
My dragon's den. And it's like, yeah, I could tell. Yeah, I could tell that's exactly what you're saving for.
Is it dog?
Who's like, is that you?
Yes! That's my dog!
I fucking love dogs. Was the dog doing the bumpies? Where like it
You know
puts its
that
leg
white
against the wall with
fluffy thing behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she was
see.
getting.
She was getting thumpy. She was getting thumper
Thumping.
like a bunny rabbit. Scrooge McDuck's fault? Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. They just need more and more and more, and the possibility that they could lose it, they don't like it. They do not
Man,
like
and
that.
I don't know, man. Like, maybe I've been playing too much Pathologic, but my brain has been so fixated on the barter system. Like, all right, look, I got like 3 half cigarettes, and I could really use that quarter apple. And so, you want to trade? And it's like, let's trade. And it's like, oh, this is base. This is a good way to do it. And I realize it's like, you know, this game is just training you to become a socialist, right? And I'm like, I need more push pins.
It's okay. You're doing it to cure the disease. It's fine.
Exactly. I'm not there. Good night, sheeps.
Bye, sheeps.
Nay. Yeah, I'm probably fixing to pop off myself.
Yeah, I said an hour and a half. We are currently sitting at about 2:10.
Oh shit! Oopsies.
I was high-key considering, like, I want to see if we can make this hit 3 hours. Because we
Bro.
were just rolling.
Bro, you know me, dude.
Like-
I will accidentally talk to somebody for like 6 hours. Like if the energy bounces off of itself really, really well, and we're talking about interesting enough stuff, I will accidentally. Like I mentioned on the stream a few days ago that like me and JD used to legitimately accidentally talk from like him picking me up at 11 a.m. and we're done talking. Like literally like, haha, that was a fun topic. And then we look at the clock and it's fucking 10 p.m. And it's like, have we been talking the whole time? And it's just like, yeah. And then I look at my hands and I'm like, oh my god, I have Whataburger. Like, did we go get food? Like, it's fucked up, dude. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys for the talks. It was really, really fun chatting with you guys.
Yeah, this was
Yeah, we
really
gotta-
fun.
Yeah, man, we gotta wrap up. Definitely understand. Gives me a chance to bully Lily about Orange New Black. So,
Oh no, if you boys want to keep going, that's fine.
oh yeah.
If you boys want to keep going, that's fine.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
we can keep going. I just didn't know. I just didn't know, like, if we were really forcing that hour 30 tonight or not.
I had no idea. You have to understand. I have the chat open. Look, I'm gonna cut the shit with you guys, okay? The entire time that I've been talking to you guys, I've been trying to go for this high score on Pac-Man, and I'm getting
It's
closer
Pac-Man?
and closer. Yeah, I'm getting closer and closer to like the top fucking 10,000 right now, and I'm busting my ass for it.
Bitch.
But yeah, the
I thought you
entire
were
time I'm
typing
talking-
a script.
No, dog. I have been in like ADHD heaven right now, where like my brain is both stimulated and we're talking, and I'm going for a high score, and I'm fucking like drinking caffeine and water, and it's like my body's like, "Tut, tut, 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 tut." So I'm here, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you can do it, fucking go for it. Like, you and JD had those super in-depth tops, and you were there like playing Power Washer.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm not on Adderall right now, but like when I am on Adderall, I become I don't know, man, a fucking monster of like efficiency. Like I'm just so incredibly calm in my head, and it's just like, yeah. Let me tell you about page 4 of the 600-page book that I was reading and why it relates to what we're talking about right now. And it's just like the stillest of minds. I'm just like, how you doing tonight? We're in right now. I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's
See,
fun. What did I just do? What the fuck?
What did you do?
What did I just do? Do you guys like Fortnite?
yeah, and I
No.
know all that. Like I said, I'm nowhere near where I was.
It's like you keep throwing a hand grenade and then just walking away and watching to see what happens. You're just like,
Yeah.
pin.
I just thought it would be really funny to like say something really genuine, and then like for some reason my ADHD brain kicked in, and I was just like, wouldn't it be funny to just like watch Randa catch up, and it's just like in the middle of like responding to me. I'm sorry, Rand. I'm sorry, Rand. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
I was like, wait, what's going on? Are we subject changing? Because I am for this at this moment. But no, like, quite literally, me and my therapist, we were talking about this. I love my therapist. His name's Chuck, by the way. Fucking solid therapist name is Chuck. But we were talking about it. He's like, do you think you're obsessed with all this dark shit to try to, like, cancel out what's in your head? And I was like, this is not the time for your brutal honesty, sir. Just accept my jokes in payment instead.
Yeah, and it's never good when the therapist hits it on the head.
But no, on a different note, I finally finished did you beat your high score?
Oh no, not even close. At this point, I'm just trying to clear out this entire level, so I've been doing like time trials and like stupid shit. No, what were you saying?
Speaking of spooky shit, I'm assuming.
I done forgot. I got so like invested into your Pac-Man. For a second, I was just like, hold on.
So you actually wait, hold on, I'm curious. Wait, let me see something. This would be really, really funny. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. What I was gonna say is that you were yawning just now. Do you think you might be just about done, Rand? That's I probably have to step away in a second as well, so like that would be totally okay.
Is she texting you again?
No. Oh my god. Hold on.
I was just telling Rando before you came in about that too. About how you left Jujutsu Kaisen for it.
I'm curious, do you have a girl thing?
Do I have a girl thing? Yeah, kind of. I would say so, yeah. It won't let me switch, Nico! I was like, dude, I could totally just switch my camera out for my capture card, but it's not letting me click on it. So.
No, I don't think I can tell you were fucking with it though, because your frames are gone.
Yeah, I'm back, huh? No, not really. I mean, like, I hooked up with a girl on Tinder the other day. Oh my god, what's wrong with my camera?
You just noted that started happening when you were fucking with the input.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, there it is. Oh no, bro.
Is it time?
Refresh?
Is it time?
It might be time, bro. It might be time. Dude, we've been talking for 3 hours.
Oh, I'm talking about your computer finally
did it.
dying.
Oh yeah, probably. Hold on. Let me. If I refresh, do you think it's gonna kick me out?
Shut the fuck up, Nico.
I'm a
Rude. Nope. Goodbye. Bye, Arky. Oh, is he back? No, he's back.
I'll guess who are pushed live out of. Okay. I think so.
I think you're back. You look back. Well, actually, you look more
Oh,
front to me,
no.
but.
I made the same mistake. Hold.
Oh no.
I think I fixed it. I was trying again. I was like, maybe now that I refreshed it, I can. Maybe now that I refresh it, I can share my screen. You guys can see the Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Mange.
I mean, you can screen share. Fuck it.
No, it doesn't let me.
You
Also,
can't
I'm on
screen
the stream computer right now. There's not a whole lot of shit I can actually show you.
share?
I could if I was able to switch the input, but I think it's because we're live and it's just like, no, don't do that. What if he changes input and it's a booby? You know what I mean? So,
Right. Well, it's the problem with that is, you know, it is.
No boobies for you.
no boobies. Boobies bad. Boobies bad. Except there's some.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh yes, water.
That's a big ass thing of fucking water, dude.
I know. I go through these as frequently as I can. It's a gallon. Did that just dox me? No, it didn't. My name is Roger.
Oh, are you
love
still doing
how
the thing
you're,
with
like-
DoorDash?
I love how you're just like flexing that this is how much water I drink.
I don't. I wish I did, but it's good to have like a gallon nearby because if you're like, I want water and I should be drinking water right now, you're just like, check this out, bitch! It's like you always have an excuse to do too much, you know? It's like, good. I think that's a good idea.
But anywho'sin, you two, thank you for tonight.
Yes.
Of course, it was good talking.
It was a very good night.
Nico has like 45 minutes he has to remove, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, hold on, I didn't even see that. That Iso is like, I should have been recording the Pac-Man while I was talking. What's funny is, look, if I ever come back on again, which I definitely will, next time I'm invited on, I will record the Pac-Man, so that way Nico can put it as a small box on the corner of my screen, so whenever you see me go, it's because something bad just happened. That or I'll do Temple Run. We'll change it up. Whatever the HD kids are about.
Fuck it. Subway Surfers do all the HD.
And as far as Arky you go, you're allowed to be on here anytime you want to. We do Sundays and Mondays.
Yep.
Like, not both. We don't do both, so if we'll message each other like Thursday, be like, hey, are you wanting to do it Monday or are you wanting to do it Sunday? And then we just kind of work around who has the stricter schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I am working on a background for us, and
that background will be for when it's just the two of us. Right now we're using another one of her lovely pieces of art. So if you want to commission her for art, go do it. Go to her TikTok and ask her to make you art for money.
TikTok. Yes. Well, yeah, guys, I really appreciate y'all for having me on. Hopefully I can come back on ASAP and we can shoot the shit again. Maybe get some good updates.
I'd love to have you on again.
And not just that, but you can actually tune in and we can find like your own little niche for your own segment if this is something you want to do more regularly.
Arky's gaming segment, maybe?
Because mine's dark shit. Arky's just...
What? I'm just what?
Arky's a comedy relief. Like, be over here, like, oh yeah, this lady, she got her mouth slit and like goes up to people and goes, "Am I beautiful?" before she like kills them. And you'll be over here with some funny shit you gotta say.
Gonna get the God, you motherfucker!
Point proven.
Fucking got him! Yeah.
Oh,
No, I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
I really appreciate the conversations, the chats, the everything. And, yeah,
I'd love
I
to
mean,
have you
if you
back.
guys ever have that third spot open every now and again, I'd love to come say hi and see what you guys are up to.
Yeah, I'd love to have you back. You know, but other than that, to all of you watching right now and all of you watching later, goodbye.
Bye.